Welcome to this video on the 8 dimensions of an e-business model. We will explore how value, markets, competitive advantage, and execution integrate into one coherent system, using frameworks and real-world examples like Amazon and Ecoware to illustrate how alignment leads to success. Think about a customer tapping Buy Now on their phone. In just 5 seconds, a promise is made. But what had to be true behind the scenes before that click could even happen? The click is visible, but the business model that makes it possible is not. That click is just the tip of the iceberg. Every successful transaction is supported by 8 strategic answers, from your value proposition and revenue model to your management team. No single dimension can carry the business alone. To simplify, we group these 8 dimensions into 4 strategic problems: creating and capturing value, reading the market, winning and growing, and finally, delivering and adapting. A viable model requires a coherent answer in every one of these columns. First, your value proposition. Don't just list features. Give customers a reason to choose you. Use the job, pain, and gain test. What are they trying to achieve? What makes current solutions hard? And what would be a better outcome? Second, your revenue model. Value isn't a business until you can capture it. Ask yourself, who pays, for what, and how often? Whether it's a one-time sale, subscription, or transaction fee, your mechanism must fit your customer's behavior. Third, market opportunity. A large market means nothing without a first customer. Focus on the intersection of a reachable segment, a meaningful problem, sufficient economic potential, and, crucially, the right timing. Focus is your greatest ally. Fourth, the competitive environment. Competition isn't just direct rivals. It includes substitutes. Any other way a customer might solve their need. Ask yourself, what would the customer do if we didn't exist? Fifth, competitive advantage. This is what competitors cannot copy quickly. It's not just a resource you have, like data or a brand. It's how you use those resources through your capabilities to deliver a superior customer outcome and better economics. Sixth, market strategy. A great offer fails if the market never finds it. This is a journey. You must acquire, convert, retain, and eventually turn those users into advocates. Acquisition without retention is just a leaky bucket. Seventh, organizational development. Your digital promise relies on your backstage capabilities, the systems, people, partners, and processes that customers don't see but definitely experience. This is what makes your promise repeatable. Eighth, the management team. Leadership is part of your model. Investors and employees look for a team that can execute on vision, understands the industry domain, and balances growth with risk and governance. Finally, remember that these dimensions form a continuous loop, not a static checklist. Management must constantly coordinate these parts. As you learn more, you will need to adapt your assumptions about the market and the value you provide. Looking at Ecoware, a hypothetical fashion brand, we see how all 8 dimensions integrate. Every choice, from transparent sourcing to creator-led marketing, must support the core promise of sustainable fashion. If one piece fails, the whole model weakens. Ultimately, claims aren't advantages. Transparency only becomes a competitive advantage when your entire system, your sourcing, your data, and your strategy proves it. Thank you for watching this video on designing robust e-business models. Moving to our case study, let's examine Amazon. Amazon is far more than just a store. It is a complex, multi-customer ecosystem. It brings together consumers, sellers, enterprises, creators, and advertisers, all powered by shared engines like logistics, data, and technology. Amazon captures value through a highly diversified revenue architecture. While online stores generate significant sales, the ecosystem also monetizes access and usage through AWS, advertising, subscriptions, and seller services. These different streams leverage the same platform assets. In this video, we map Amazon's business across 4 key dimensions: its value proposition of convenience and trust, its multi-layered revenue model, its massive market opportunity spanning cloud to commerce, and the competitive environment it navigates every day. Amazon's success relies on aligning execution dimensions: its competitive advantage, market strategy, organization, and management. The real power here is coordination. These capabilities do not work in isolation. They reinforce one another to create a stronger system. This creates a quote-unquote flywheel effect. More sellers lead to more selection, which draws in more customers, driving more activity and data, ultimately funding better capabilities. The strongest business model is the one whose dimensions actively reinforce one another. To conclude, consider this. If Amazon stopped selling products itself tomorrow, would its model survive? While parts of the ecosystem might remain, the flywheel would likely weaken, as first-party retail is central to shaping their price, trust, and selection.